itself out. I hope at least that the lanes are going to be a little bit more even so that both teams get to play and execute their game plan. We're finding out how Game 2 is going to happen, though, and will PSG.LGD be eliminated? Finding out together with Odie Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, GVS. Game 2 ready to go here. Fogs, we're going to see if PSG.LGD can put up a little bit better of a fight this time round. And indeed, straight up off the bat, Shiro gets first blood, taking down FY. That's exactly how they want to start this one, especially with how much of a nuisance FY was last game for them.
Yep, he's not a Clockwork this time where he can kind of just run rampant. It's a bit of a different setup. They moved the win pick, perhaps it could have been being flexed, and then they saw the Shadow Demon. Immediately they have to make it the support position. So let's see what route he's going to go. He did scout the ward down bottom with that death, since the tower hit him when he was playing in that little spot there to see it. So he will know there's a ward down there, but yeah, good kill to start things off. Infinitely better already for Shiro than last time.
Let's see. I mean, and overall, do you feel that this could be an easier game for PSG.LGD, or do you once again like what Azure's got overall?
I think both teams are a bit pretty happy with what they've got. I do think Azure have some really nice tempo setting if they can get ahead for Lu. I'm just going to be looking at this top lane. How's this Jug actually going to do? Since looking at the itemization from Underlord, I actually like that he's gone this. It's triple gauntlets, so pretty difficult for you to commit. Go for like a spin kill with a Gale.
A lot of
HP. Very tanky, so you can trade back with something like that, Jug. Well, he's going to have to just go far in the lane. He'll trade with these two. High base damage on the two of them. But they're definitely, I mean, there still is always, like, it depends how many clicks you get on some. The Gale, the Blood Grenade as well, too. There's going to be kill credit for some of these heroes. Who ends up getting that setup first? Planet, both keeping each other low.
Yeah, and what do you sort of make of what we've seen before from these two and their mid heroes? Somnus on the Storm, nothing to say on the Ember. Who's got the most likelihood of popping off this game?
Oh, let's see. How many stuns actually there is there overall in this game? Nothing to say. He's not really playing versus too many of them, but let's see what build Somnus goes for. Some limited disables in a way, for sure, for this Ember Spirit. Somnus maybe having some more disables he has to play versus Echo dropping low.
Be fine as long as they can get through kind of the first few levels and Lowe's able to get a point in the healing ward. Should allow him and Tianming to stay strong in the lane. But early on, it'll be too easy for Lowe to step up and get CS without taking a lot of damage in return.
Keep Flame Break pushing him back.
Right clicks, Flame Break, and a few punches, it's half of his health.
I mean, yeah, I really like this itemization. You know, it's just small, but yeah, starting off like this. Look at this base damage advantage. He has like 20 damage over a Juggernaut. Definitely not the easiest thing for Lowe up here. Looking better for LGD for sure if they're able to get off to their game plan.
It's certainly been more solid. And do you feel like Shiro, are there things that are going to cause him to have the same amount of issues as he did last game, or overall should it be simpler for PSG.LGD to secure in this sort of safe area of the game? Because last time around, Azure, they were able to catch Shiro a lot of times earlier.
It feels like it should be a bit simpler. I feel like Azure, they're just master classes of the Enigma pressure that they're able to apply with it. Besides just being aggressive, they deny a ton of farm, so it should be easier for Shiro down here. But Chalice, I mean, he should be able to get some stuff out of here. We've seen this Tidehunter versus Medusa a lot throughout this tournament. Yeah, I'd say Shiro it's infinitely happier. He got first blood, he's set up for success because he's going to be given, he's just being fed wand charges down here. That's the thing about Tidehunter. You just give Medusa pretty much all the mana back all the time from using Anchor Smash. Here's an Enigma.
Yeah, very unlikely they're ever going to be able to kill Shiro in this lane.
Should be much better
with these two.
He's actually getting aggressive. Chalice doesn't have the Kraken Shell right now. They've got Blood Grenade, Poison stacking up.
It's a lot of poison.
One more.
Ooh, it's not going to quite reach. So Chalice, he's okay underneath the tower. Still a few hundred gold away from yeah, okay, just 100 actually from getting the Ring of Hell. So with these next creeps coming in towards the tower, should be able to grab that. And once that's there, Chalice will be feeling a lot safer in this bottom lane.
Yep. I actually thought maybe in this lane it was going to be a lane where he doesn't go for the gush because he doesn't have like the strongest 4 position behind him just so he can stand down here. But I think almost every game we've seen them grab the gush anyway. I think most times I saw them with the Techie, so they just always had this aggression that they could put on here.
Mid. Keep eyes on this as both are getting a bit low.
That skill matchup now that we've seen so many times.
I mean, nothing to say, sort of trying to bait Somnus in because he does have chains available if Somnus steps up too far. Somnus keeping it safe. Yeah, with the CS pretty much, yeah, dead even between these two mids. Top attempt with the Gale to close in onto Neo. I was going to go in with the Blade Fury, but
tanky.
Not going to be able to kill this Underlord at this point.
And he's got the salve to be able to reset himself. I like salves having like 1 or 2 salves in laning phase versus Jug is always really nice to just be able to reset every time the spin comes out. So yeah, New doing an excellent job and attention being brought to mid.
Yeah, the quick setup here.
Somnus.
And with the blood grenade thrown down upon him, FY comes in with a power shot. They've got the vortex grab onto Why You Smile to bring him down, but they will lose Somnus' life for this. Further TPs to be coming in. Tianming turns up.
Planet.
Gale onto Planet, blood grenade as well. They should find the bat in return. As FY, he'll have a power shot if necessary. Shackle shot to set up. Oops, off the mark with that, but he didn't need to hit it. He only needs to hit. He only hits the ones he needs to.
Yeah.
As they still take him down.
Nah, they strike back. They get themselves 2 kills there. Somnus, an effective trade when there's so many rotations in, but last hits there for nothing to say. Pulling a little bit ahead of versus Somnus here. Gonna hit that 6 a little early on the Everspirit versus that Storm. Absolute. But I'm gonna look to pressure him a little bit here. It's 19 Wand though, and a Healing Lotus.
Yeah, it's gonna give him a lot of mana if he feels threatened, and he has Planet and Why You Smile here to back him up. They get the setup on towards FY. Planet gets in on top of him with the Firefly.
Great disruption.
It's gonna be FY going down. As PSG.LGD continue to make sure that this Medusa has a hot start in game 2. Top lane, low. He's going to try and turn Vanilla with the Blade Fury, but TP out in time is there. Low starting to do really well up here. You know, 25 and 10. Sure, not able to kill the Underlord, but Underlord not slowing him down and not being able to out CS him. Low's playing good with the right clicks, good with the creep farm.
Yeah, I mean, the rotations is what happens when you start moving your supports so much to put pressure onto the mid lane. You start giving this Jug the opportunity to perhaps go for these trades. Yeah, Shiro, it's a completely different game, so I mean, we're going to be able to see perhaps both teams get timings rather than one team kind of snowball out of control this game, at least from what it looks like right now.
Yeah, and if this Medusa hits good timings, is this one of the games where there's less of sort of a counter as there may have been last time around?
Absolutely, there's no Pango Diffusal, right? It's going to have to come from either the Jug buying some weird kind of items or Wind Ranger. Right now, he's got the Battle Fury queued up the farm. I'm going to say...
See, F5 will be able to deny the power in.
Gonna reset. Okay, I was like, I have nothing to say. Really dropping quite low. He's got the Remnant to be able to reset himself.
Huge amounts of focus from both teams around the mid lane at that point. Power in play.
This should be a really fun matchup as we do have like Medusa farming, but Low, as you said, getting that farm as well too. So
has been killed.
1K lead for PSG.LGD off of these lanes. How the stacks look at Planet. He does have a triple hard camp stack, and I believe they did already farm 1 stack from the side of FY and Chalice. Stack ready. Nothing to say. I'm gonna go for White.
Respects the fact that Somnus swings across.
And I wonder if Somnus is going to do the build that we saw now a couple of times, especially from Kiyotaka, where you just go straight for the Orchid to build the pressure in the game.
Low fancy his chances, and he's going to get away with it. The walk over to grab the Wisdom Rune himself. He's going for the TP out. To stop it, Low. Get some free XP.
I love it. Great little move there. Ports are going to be very sad now on the side of PSG.LGD. Level 3 Bat, level 3 Shadow Demon. Really big kill.
Yeah, give Low his level 6 Jail Habit with the small camp. Unlikely, of course, even with the Omni Slash to be able to threaten Neo on his own. Walking around with his 1300 HP and a full Vanguard.
But he can threaten one of these, like the Bat Rider in particular, especially if he finds the best, one of those Dream neutral items like the Broom Handle or the Courage. I mean, they continue to try to force. He throws the Omni.
Planet's going to be able to throw him over towards the neutral camp. And the shackle shot's there. Blade Fury chased down with the face boost. Low's easily got it.
But Why You Smile is here to set up now, Low.
Firestorm down onto Low. He has the King Ward out. Still has a Fairy Fire and a few one charges to rely on, so Low's going to be fine.
He might be able to turn back in here, too.
Shackle shot, FY controls Why You Smile. Why You Smile's turning, trying to get the poison stacks continue to be stacked up on Low, but they come to an end. Another power shot's there. Low comes in with a final right click to take Why You Smile down.
And they're kiting you.
They are. Further backups coming in. Tianming throws down a blood grenade. Blade Fury's back up. And with the 3 of them, they might just have the chance to take this Underlord down. Shackle shot again from FY.
Low.
He's got to be careful.
He goes down.
He does indeed die. And in fact, Neo will live.
Too tanky.
They couldn't quite do it even with the 3 of them.
They whiffed the Gale, too. I don't think it would have been enough to kill him, but yeah, it doesn't end up connecting there. They stay too long. And in the meanwhile, nothing to say. I believe Solo killed Somnus in the mid lane. Gets himself now a DD rune to run toward top. That's a big Solo kill. I actually did not see how low he was.
And you like this from FY? We saw him going greedy on his clock. He wants to try and have some sort of answer towards this Medusa. He's just going to go for the straight defusal build.
It's good versus all three cores when you look at it. Like even Ember Spirit, even Underlord can suffer in the mana department. But obviously versus the Medusa, it's the best one. So yeah, I'd like if he does go for it. We saw that they build for themselves on these supports on the side of Azure. So I don't blame him if he wants to go down that route.
That worked last game.
Yep. And they don't have anybody else to really build it, especially if the Jug does commit for Battlefield, which I feel like he just has to in this type of game. Yeah, nothing to say. The biggest winner out of everything was Shiro. Shiro got the first blood. He was given a great lane, but nothing to say getting that solo kill. Pushes him up to level 8. Stack's going to be getting worked on here. Planet will be able to finish off that hard camp stack that he was getting ready. He's actually not dead yet.
Has been killed.
A little bit of magic resist on these creeps. FY trying to get a steal here with the power shot. Get one. Might be able to get most. I mean, Somnus is also swinging over. He's going to get almost all of the big creeps.
Yeah, Planet's going to get bullied away from this one as Azure are able to pick up the majority of them, and they pop the smoke. They can turn it into a bit of action up top. They know that Neo's pushing up pretty far.
They've got Chalice here.
They get the opening with the Vortex into the Ravage. They get the catch on, and nothing to say. They catch the Ember.
Absolutely everything blown onto him at this point. Almost looked like maybe they didn't need it. They had quite a bit of chain stun, but Chalice doesn't want to let anything happen there. He wants to make sure
they're not messing around. They know that nothing to say is having a pretty good start to this one. They do not allow any chance for that potential kill to slip away.
Who got the kill? It was FY. He's actually only 800 or 900 gold away from this diffusal blade. Gonna have it pretty damn early. Could be situations where he even can catch Shiro off guard with it if he gets it so early on.
Still just continuing to try and mess with this area, not allow Planet to have that kind of free stack to farm. Camp.
Yeah, that was pretty nice there.
Dire's bottom tower.
Just that ward they placed from earlier to scout the stacks. I was gonna say, been back and forth. Chalice getting this push started now with Meteor Hammer.
What's with this focus that shifted over towards the mid lane? It just continues to give Shiro complete farm down here. This Medusa going untouched, top net worth, and is only going to continue to grow that lead. With the way that this game's playing out right now, with the Azure looking elsewhere. Chalice will now swing back towards the bottom, but at this point, with the start Shiro's had, they're going to need to bring a lot down here if they want to actually kill this Medusa.
I think maybe they give you might give the priority of farm to FY now here for the next few minutes. For the next 2 minutes or so, just so he can get that diffusal, because then you actually can threaten Shiro in a way, as weird as that sounds.
For sure, yeah.
Wind Ranger with Focus Fire can do something here. They're going to make the move down bottom. There's smoke, nothing to say. Want to make sure that Shiro can get set up even more for success.
They're going to go straight onto Chalice.
They're bringing the numbers.
Yeah, they're even coming in with the portal to make sure that Chalice is completely outnumbered. Chalice slowly but surely go down. Running for nothing to say. Up there close to the top.
Low is waiting around the portal. He's hoping that someone comes back through it, but no.
Radiant's middle tower is
Battlefield
under attack.
progress going. Not quite there still.
Not quite.
300 more gold.
Pretty good, though.
On the mid, Somnus. Messing around with nothing to say, but nothing to say does have Why You Smile by his side. 12-minute power in, or go into the hands of Somnus.
Maybe not.
Options there.
Denied.
Easy denied for Why You Smile. No shield rune for Somnus.
Radiant's courier has been
Somnus
killed.
has shown the build that he's going to go for, so it won't be Morphe build. It is just going to be that Witchblade gradual kind of build-up damage build. So different approaches from different players, as we saw. Kiyotaka, I believe he went Lord in all 3 games.
He did.
In the last time. Even though I think the last one, he's not even playing versus a Ember Spirit, he's playing versus like a TA. He didn't care, so I'd like to see the different approaches
Dire's
from
middle tower
players.
is under attack.
2K lead here for LGD. Side of Azure, still getting some very good farm on these 3 cores. And the support, as we said, FY, he is a core. Yuzel's done. If they can find a big kill to slow down Shiro's progression here.
Yeah, I mean, even if they just get in with like a Ravage, high chance that stun will be long enough for this Focus Fire and Diffusal to shred through the majority of Shiro's mana.
If they can get him like pre-Stone Gaze, definitely they can get the chain stun. Chalice again, though, showing himself deep. They're setting up for him here, perhaps. Oh, he smiles here with the Demonic Purge.
I mean, the rest of the team are going to smoke up and try and capitalize on the fact that Chalice is creating this sort of attention that's getting drawn towards him. They want to try and bait a fight with the tide.
I thought perhaps we were going to see FY put a couple more points into Wind Run just so that he can just full commit forward with his Focus Fire, but does max out the power shot. I mean, it is very valuable, but him having the Diffusal Blade this early does merit for more points in Wind Run early if he wants to full commit.
Coming down here with 4 heroes, Shiro would be the big catch.
Setting up vision around for him here. Shiro.
They know he's in it. Gale's not going to connect though, and Shiro, he just immediately stun gazes and TP's out. He knows that there's no no place for him down here.
I mean, nice play, honestly.
Very good at the escape. I mean, why you small get left behind, but Shiro, he was very prepared for that.
Yeah, but now they should be aware of that defusal on FY. They probably were anyway. He had a Blade of Alacrity queued, or he had a Blade of Alacrity in his inventory when he was kind of running around, so they should know that this itemization is there. Good TP. Tower will drop. Chalice will be able to claim that one.
Radiant's bottom
Nothing able to claim from that. Rune in mid. Dead even on the mid laners though. Maelstrom's done for nothing to say, but Somnus is getting his timing. Witchblade's finished. That focus fire, the man is gone, but gone. Why?
Okay, Lo has got the Omni Slash. If he feels it's necessary here, Litneo's going to go for the TP out. The Ravage, they'll use it to stop it.
Okay, sure, why not? Knows a kill at this point.
Battle Fury done. So now a chance to see this Jug catch up with the farm of the Medusa.
And you can see the defusal, not only versus that Medusa, the two cores definitely suffer if they do get their mana.
They're going to try and make this one point Shiro. They know that Shiro's Stone Gaze is still on cooldown.
He used the Manta as well too.
It's a little bit low on the mana.
Got Lasso, do they have the damage for him?
They bring him low, but not quite low enough. Somnus is fine.
It's a little awkward though for Azure. They kind of have to back out of here. No Ravage available, no Mana Storm. They're going to get cut off.
Yeah, we'll see coming in through the portal. See what new can find. They try and catch them with the pit. Won't quite get Chalice.
How tanky? Is he tanky enough?
Tempting his best to walk this one off. FY will have focus fight back up in 10 seconds. Chalice is living pretty long. Lowe's
turned up.
He still has Omni Slash low. Jackal look to commit ill onto this. They get the connection onto both Nothing to Say and Shiro, and then they go with the Omni Slash. Low commits him forward, gets some good bounces onto Wolfway. Smart Blade Fury's back up. Stone Gaze is there, so Low will have to avert his attention away from Shiro for now. FY trying his best to escape up to the high ground. The Snake's going to chase him. FY will fall.
Low could be in trouble. Healing Ward's dead.
Somnus is backing onto Nothing to Say. He's got enough mana to kill him. They'll get the Ember.
And Low get out. He's got spin. He's got one. He should be fine.
Can't quite finish him, Low. In fact, he's
Shiro
considering getting back in on this. Shiro, this is Somnus. They're still pretty strong. The Blade Fury's back up. Shiro, he's out of mana. Low's in on top of him. Shiro, he gets taken out. Double kill for Somnus.
5 stacks.
Will pop. Chalice, he's still surviving through this all. Is he even going to go down? He's up.
No way.
He just didn't die. Somnus will. But FY and Chalice, they'll finish Planet. I mean, Chalice, he lives through it all. Every PSG.LGD.
What a fight from Azure. How is FY, okay, FY bought back, but still, I want to see how much, mana, but look at the damage distribution really from it. Kind of both sides. Everyone just duking it out to the death, but the Defusal Blade is actually huge, and Chalice, he just survives during all of it. Every little bit coming into play. Let me say, once FY.
Is under attack.
Able to continue to chase him out of Remnant, so FY is going to be, he's going to be fine.
Azure, a big strike back into this game.
That's usual. Chalice living throughout it all, getting the levels that he did, and pretty much having the goal for this high, just 400 gold away. So next time round, it may just be his teammates as well that just don't quite die. A very well calculated fight as well for Low, the way that he was able to get involved at a point where it's that risky stage, right? You've just got the Battle Fury as the Jug, but Low still able to have an impact.
I mean, they danced. That was literally a dance. All there from Azure just to be able to get the increased damage from their cooldowns, and he's got a stack to go back to with this Battle Fury, so he is a bit of a bigger winner there than Shiro by any means in the fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
FY, of course, did have to use the buyback for that one there, but man, this defuse, I just watched him hitting like all the targets. I think he burned, I don't even know how much mana he actually ended up burning in the fight, because he was hitting it. Of course, he was hitting the supports as well too, and everything from the distraction.
Obviously a bit of a greedier build from the support, but it's absolutely working from FY. They needed someone to pick up the defusal this game, and the speed that he got it, he's having the impact. They'll try and set up on him top.
They've got the Demonic Purge, they want to commit onto him here. Planet's going to throw the lasso as well too. That
they want this Wind Ranger gone. They know how much of a nuisance FY is. Somnus wins it forward for the Vortex on the Planet. Tianming by his side. Shiro in on top of the Venomancer. Tianming trying to run further TPs to be coming in. Tianming's actually going to get away. They don't catch him in the pit. Lowe's turn.
Ravage.
He can turn this around as the hammer comes crashing down onto Why You Smile. It will lose Somnus. He's 3 dead this time on Azure. Lowe's got to run with the healing ward. Chalice, this time around, I mean, he's still pretty tanky, but it's the whole team having an effort at taking him out. And Chalice, he won't survive this one.
Ravage ends up clipping the 3 on the backline, but I think Shiro is just free attacking. I don't think it clipped him on the far right. And Somnus, I think he zipped into a pit. He gets caught out, and they can just heal, reset, and come right back up here for this push on PSG.LGD.
Dire's top tower.
Definitely seeing how much of a different fight it is when Azure Ray do not catch the Medusa. If Shiro's able to live, he's able to hit. It's just a bit too much for Azure Ray to fight through.
And he's now getting pretty close to his butterfly off of that fight too. Pretty big pickup if he's able to get it.
Mid. Very nice shackle there from FY, catching nothing to say, but nothing to say. We'll be able to...
With his long zip?
I mean, Somnus
knows.
He knows that nothing to say. It's pretty low on the matter. He's got the vortex. They're going to be able to catch him. FY with the power shot.
Oh, he just knew. He tips him. Maybe.
Okay.
He'll be sticking around for free cap. Lost him his life.
Punish the greed.
Stupendous!
We get a big kill back into their favor here.
With the blink dagger. Already been hitting some excellent angles with the shackle shots. Now they've got to be even more prepared for him getting the jump on them.
Now, I mean, now it's just like him easier access to be able to get the angle to just get into the prime target to go for the focus fire too. If Chalice next time is going to be able to get a bit of a better Ravage. Did only catch like the 3 on the back lines this last time. Blink will be the next choice. I think this has been kind of the natural build-up that we've seen for almost all Tidehunters now. They're looking to smoke. I mean, they're still looking like they want to fight even if Ravage is on cooldown. They're feeling strong.
Put the Omni Slash up.
Sees the setup down bottom. They want to try to perhaps get nothing to say. They might be able to sneak it onto him here. Why is at the ready?
Dire's
Focus
middle
fire
tower
back up in
is
2
under
seconds.
attack.
Why smiles down here? They seem to know this is happening.
Dire's middle
Ward
tower
now it's going to
has
scout
been
Chalice.
denied.
Try and pressure this. I mean, 20 seconds and Ravage is there as well for Azure Ray.
Low, it looks like Low is just going to build for himself rather than trying to counter this Medusa. Medusa has the butterfly already done. See if he does look to switch up the build.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And very aggressively Low. The lasso at the ready for planting. He's thinking about going in.
And there's the jump.
This is so deep and
Get
low.
out of this one. He's able to put the Blade Fury, but Shiro blocking him off. As Low.
And this is so deep from him. He had to expected something like that was going to be coming in. Maybe he thought he could just, I don't know, spin TP after a lasso, but there's a Medusa there.
They do far too much physical damage.
Definitely one of the slip-ups I don't think we've seen from Low in the last few games from him at least.
After 14, PSG.LGD holding the lead, and Shiro definitely stepping into the territory where you start to wonder if kind of FY with his defusal is going to be enough of an answer for this Medusa. The other heroes won't be able to offer up too much in regards to taking down this Medusa at this stage of the game.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. That's gonna, I mean, slowing down Low. Anytime you get slowed down, when one of these cores dies compared to the other one, it's just gonna pump up. In particular, this time Shiro, one of these cores just to become that much more massive. If Butterfly was finished, he's already got 2,000 gold, and in the meantime, this Jug has not been able to farm anything because he didn't get caught. Thomas, the zip picks up away, nothing to say. Now has his BKB, so he's still keeping up in farm as well. And he's safer too. That's the thing, nothing to say. With this BKB, he shouldn't die. Unless he makes a big mistake here. Somnus, he can still die, even if he slips up at all here. No BKB to cover him. Sure, he's got status resist, but quite a bit of little disables in the brutes.
Hits in the chains.
Yeah, they're annoying.
FY?
Ooh.
Oh. Not careful enough. FY goes down. Another tormented casualty here. Major.
I feel like I haven't seen that many of this Major, actually.
There's got to have been a couple.
There's definitely been a good amount, but not nearly as much as when it first got added.
At least for FY, he did die to this Tormentor, but he is also the one that gets the shard.
Yeah. Blessed and punished at the same time. Smoke, GLGD, feeling strong. Planet is very farmed this game. So we tend to see, I feel like, for these Bat Riders, Blink and Force Staff as ready as done. See who he's going to be able to grab. I mean, ideally wants to get this Jugger to Storm in most situations. Has to watch out for the counter initiation now at this point, though. Chalice does have his Blink Dagger done.
They're waiting for him here on the high ground low. He walks into this, he'll be able to get the Omni Slash off. Is he able to walk away from Shiro? Get the Blade Fury and the healing ward out.
It's okay.
It's enough to back away from this one.
Okay.
They're going to try and chase it. Nothing to say here for the slide chains. Shackle shot thrown out with the BKB. It's already there for nothing to say, so he can continue to push forward and take down Low.
Ooh, 2 back-to-back kills on the pretty much the most important hero they can get at this point in the game. Huge stuff. Back-to-back lassos. Chalice wants to strike back with FY. You out of mana.
Fire. See, the mana spur, but getting through his HP is going to be a lot tougher.
He's blocking so much damage with Crimson.
Somnus is playing around with nothing to say, getting very low here. So trying for our remnant. Somnus, he's going to be able to chase this with the full lightning.
Can he get him?
By the chains, jump off from FY, nothing to say, he's gone. FY takes him down.
No BKB on that Ember. They commit forward for him. Neo, he'll tank through all the damage, but a good jump. Somnus, good recognition there. That Ember not having the BKB because he committed it for the Jug. Strike back. Medusa though, Shiro, he is getting to some pretty dangerous territories.
The MKB complete.
Yeah. How's this Jug's itemization? He's been switching it a couple times here. He had Butterfly Q, now he's got Scotty Q. Maybe feel like he can still switch it to the MKB if he feels necessary. Somnus will be able to claim himself a nice one. He gets into some Arcane Rune up top. Yeah, Shiro, massive at this point. And it also is with the backup of a Shadow Demon, so multiple different illusions that are going to be set up. But the 3 cores on Azure Ray, they're keeping it close with the other cores. It's just Shiro who's that real big difference. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what low it does look itemized if he does switch it up. Looks like the supports on the side of Azure Ray, they're going greedy, but they are building now a little bit more for the team. I think a first Lincoln's is done, so looking to get some coverage versus these single target disables in particular. It's mostly just that lasso, of course. Pretty farm Veno. I mean, he's just been quietly just hitting creeps. Well, very, very close game.
Want to make active moves now with Shiro, that he's got this MKB done on top of the butterfly.
Just play around this Medusa.
Have chain set up. He's in a lot of trouble here. I mean, they're bringing in the Underlord as well. Chalice, he can't run from this. He's out for 50 now. They've turned towards jamming as well. He's tried to help out. He'll also get taken out.
This is the timing for PSG.LGD. They're going to force as much as they can here around this Dusa.
They're super strong at this timing, and not a lot of answers at all from Azure for Shiro Medusa at this stage. 18k net worth.
They need to split them up until they have an itemization to kind of deal with it here. Somnus far from BKB, low. As we said, we'll see which item he does actually full commit for here versus this Dusa.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, whittling this tower down. I mean, whittling, I say. Killing it pretty quickly, Shiro.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Dusa is massive.
Now, where do you think you can go next with it? Okay, it's just going to
go Scotty. I don't think you need to go too crazy. Just tank up a little bit more. It gives you kind of everything that you want at this point in the game. You're already dishing out the damage, so just a little more survivability. He's just being set up for success. Look at these stacks. And looking at the Shadow Demon, always have to factor this hero in, of course, too, because he is getting quite farmed, has Philosopher's Stone, Blink, and an Aether Lens. Aghanims is pretty damn devastating this game, playing versus the Tidehunter. They can easily just break him, even setting up multiple of them onto the Jug. It'd be annoying. And low, he commits. So it is going to be the Scotty. I mean, that evasion is going to be problematic.
They definitely have a good attempt at killing the others. I mean, FY,
they don't have damage. Oh, they take away his mana, but that's it. Well, they actually killed him.
I mean, he ain't dying.
He's fine with
He's
that.
nowhere close to dying in here.
He actually takes like pretty much 0 damage, and that just might be a call to go Roshan.
100 seconds cooldown.
Oh no,
that's Ming put to waste.
I don't think they would have been able to really contest it anyway on Azure Ray, so let's see how much they get out of the map. You probably should know that this is happening, but gonna get the push going.
I'm gonna say get pretty low though. No, okay, does have the regen right.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
We'll be able to get it. Azure Ray get themselves a tier 2.
No, looks like they are going to get the Aegis to Shiro as he throws it in the slot. I feel like it's pretty unkillable, but I think they want to play it safe, make sure there's no chance of this Medusa dying.
He's the building hitter. They probably just want to siege.
That's true.
I think that at this point in the game, PSG.LGD maybe just set themselves up to go for this push, and just that's where you challenge Azure Ray. Yeah, you guys are getting some farm, but are you going to be able to deal with this Medusa on the push? Can you actually kill her? Low, Scotty's done. Almost has that big level 20 talent that's going to be coming online. I have to say it, of course, too. I don't know. I didn't get to say it this time around, but this is the one few lifesteal that goes through Medusa's mana shield. So let's see if it does make a difference here for Azure Ray.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Done on Chalice, so at least some way to slow down Medusa's push a little bit.
FY actually using his focus fire into bottom tower, forcing its reaction.
See, the option for Shiro actually going to be the BKB rather than the Skadi.
Okay. Very defensive.
Allows him to stand his ground, fight without the threat of being caught by some sort of Ravage into a focus fight, actually.
Hey, Shiro, he does have, what, almost 5,000 net worth advantage over the Jug, but looking at Low's levels, he's actually level 20. So he's at the same level as this Medusa, even though this Medusa's been getting all this free farm.
Low.
Actually setting down
And
here.
down with FY and Somnus.
This might catch him off guard.
See if Low can start it. He's in with the Omni Slash. Bounce around a decent amount. Shiro's very low on the mana. He goes forward with the zip towards Planet. Trying to finish on the spot, but they both get caught by the Stone Gaze. Low and Somnus. Out of trouble. As Low, he's going to go for the blade through the TPI. Chalice comes in with the Ravage. With the help of Tianling, they do take out Planet. If they can get more, they'll get Why You Smile. They catch the 2 support. Chalice is going to be able to get the Ninja Hammer down onto Neil. The backup comes in for PSG.LGD. Nothing to say, turns up. Azure Ray, they've got a split from this.
Are they all going to get out?
He's into the trees. He TPs away. Chalice also able to get away from this. Azure Ray, they will manage to escape it.
They literally get away with murder. A Ravage to disengage, but honestly worth it.
Well, FY.
FY, maybe he won't.
Around.
Blink. He's got it.
He's also good.
That's huge. Into this Aegis, into BKB reveal of the Medusa. They cause panic. They cause...
Radiant's
Right here
middle
from
tower is
PSG.LGD.
under
A
attack.
difficult move to execute there.
Yeah. Well, can he actually walk over and perhaps even steal a Wisdom Rune? Might be possible here. He already took his. Not going to be able to do. Slowing down the momentum, though. This is the Aegis push timing that LGD wanted to ideally kind of set up here with that BKB purchase. The 3 cores are farming. Sure Ray. Feeling confident. Gem now purchased up for Somnus. Oh, and they're scaling.
They are. And you know, when you look at the sort of the scaling of PSG.LGD, nothing to say, starting to fall a little bit behind.
Is you as well too.
It's going to be a lot resting on the shoulders of Shiro. This Medusa could be turning into sort of a 1v5 situation. Or protect one. They do Shiro alive in these fights, and they'll stand a good chance. But we did see that down bottom. I mean, Shiro, sure he didn't go down, he didn't lose the Aegis, but his mana did drop pretty quick to just the overwhelming damage when Azure Ray are able to fully focus on Medusa in the midst of the fight.
And that's before Low does have anything like that, MKB or anything like that. Low is just building his own items. He's worrying about that later on. He's like, okay, got my Scotty, I'm tanky. That definitely helps a lot too there. If he didn't have it, maybe he does die down bottom. He now has the Aghanims in a second here too, so he's looking for timings. He's looking to scale and go for this for the late game. Sure. Honestly looking pretty good if Jure's able to keep this up.
If Low can kind of get him with the rest of them and kill the rest of the team, Jiaming will get caught. Another kill for Shiro. But yeah, it has this joke definitely itemizing to kind of kill everyone else and then deal with the Medusa when the rest is gone. And there's a good chance that they can do that. They've got heroes that can kind of back off and fight the Medusa after a start of the fight where they get in and get squishies.
Can they get Chalice here? Shiro, he's here. He should be able to kill this tide.
As for Ravage in a second, if he wants to try and live a little longer, tries to TP out, but the root still connects. He won't pop the Ravage for this one. He'll accept his fate.
Back to the push. They still have 50 seconds on the Aegis.
He's dead for a while, down for a minute, no buyback on Chalice.
Okay. Is Azure gonna just... Are they gonna react or are they gonna push bottom to try to force...
I mean, they're going to take some hits on the base here.
Yeah.
Shiro,
Dire's middle
Drax could be in
tower
trouble.
is under attack. Dire's
it's a difficult call now for Azure. Do they try and slow down this push, or do they just have to let the damage be done here?
They're cutting the wave. They pop the glyph to try to kill this wave, but the counter glyph coming out for PSG.LGD, they're consistently going here.
Yeah,
they can
they
get
should get
Drax.
this, unless some sort of fight comes in quickly. I mean, Low's TPing back over. They have the glyph. Still 30 seconds without challenge, without that front line. It's hard to start a defense.
TPing back, resetting his mana.
Low. They'll jump forward here with a swift slash. Shiro doesn't care too much, still standing his ground. Planet tries to get the lasso, but indeed the Lincoln's catching him by surprise.
Landed down in trouble, maybe.
He's on the mana. Off the disruption to try and keep him safe. Shiro also with the Stone Gaze ends up nudging on to FY. FY's not solid, he'll zip him, commits him with the BKB. He's trying to finish off Planet.
Flash.
Second should be able to get him.
Well, that's just a swift flash, actually.
Low. He's trying to push back Shiro. Shiro's going to go for the BKB TP out. They got the push done, they got the melee racks, they just want to cut their losses. They won't be able to save Neo those. The Vortex is there to stop the TP out. Azure will come in with a couple of hits, get 2 kills off the back of this defense, but the defense not coming soon enough to keep the melee racks alive. As LGD, they get the objective.
It's just the melee racks, though. They have the heroes to be able to counter that. Hey, Low, he gets a big kill on the retreat. That's going to be getting one component of that MKB finished, and now back the other way. Chalice, he's back up.
And then they can push for this. I mean, off that defense as well. They get the kills, and Low didn't have to use the Omni Slash itself, so still has the ult.
Yeah, I thought that was actually it. Then it's just he just had picked up the Aghanim, so Swift Slash Shiro, he actually commits the gold here. So he's got a silver edge. This scary moments here if he does show himself.
Hard for them to jump into the base.
Into the base.
Chalice, I guess if he sees a chance, could get him with a Blink Ravage, but it's hard for them to full commit because of the saves that they have. You know, disruption coming in onto Shiro can mean that it's not too simple for Low to just go forward and drop the Omni Slash into the Medusa.
This is still neck and neck, really, and just this Jug just continues to get these items. Even as big as Shiro is, I feel like Low is starting to get to these points of these answers to have to deal with him. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be up to these catches. If they keep catching Chalice outside the base for them to get these push, maybe Roche is going to be a big indicator of who's going to be able to get this one in these next few, if they get these pickoffs. LGD's looking for it.
PSG.LGD coming out with the smoke.
Tense moments.
Chalice, he's going to be the focus here. Planet starts things off with the lasso. Look at the halberd off in time onto Shiro, so some of the immediate damage that comes out of return, and will pop the Ravage this time in an attempt to escape.
But he's got no buddies.
There's nobody here to help him. Chalice, he will be gone.
These deaths are, these deaths definitely mean a lot. Aghanim's now finished up for the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and even if he comes in with a buyback, that Ravage was dropped, so no Ravage for the next 2 minutes for Azure, right?
Can PSG.LGD set up for the push here? It's 50 seconds till we find out how long Roche is going to be, too. That's a couple deaths now for Chalice. The painful ones. But you see Azure, right? Not overreacting to it. They're still going to be able to get themselves this farm here on these side lanes.
Flames will spread thrice.
Time for a bit of a push on this tier 2 tower top themselves. The tower is going to push Low very close to the goal for getting the MKB completed.
Very farm. I was looking to see if they were building any type of solar press for him. They prioritized, as we said, the Lincolns from before versus the Bat Rider. They just want the big items. It looks or it's a Hex even queued up now for this Venomancer. Hero, the push started bottom. Got the Shadow Demon behind him.
Trying to TP back.
As we said, the Shadow Demon is done, so that break as well as the double Demonic Purge.
This will be back up in 5, but no Ravage, you say, for the defense.
Shiro up here.
Trying to step in that running the Shadow Shell to drag them back as well. In with the Swift Slash. Holding back with the Omni Slash, but now use the Blade Fury to back away.
Stone trouble.
KP in the Stone Gate. Focusing Chalice to get the lasso on, puts the low below. He's able to get the Omni Slash. There's enough damage. It's been split pretty nicely. He'll get caught again. Shiro. And he's trying to heal up the taking the man out of Shiro. Shiro's still alive. Jump on for Chalice with the gun. Shiro, he's going to get protected.
He's alive.
Destruction. He's still alive, but he's incredibly low. Can they finish it? The tentacles will get him. Chalice finishes the kill there with the tendrils of the deep.
FY does buyback too, but they lose the Jug. I mean, Low, he actually committed the gold there. Doesn't have the buyback, they'll get the kill, but an expensive hold there for Azure.
Full buyback. And they can back up, they can reset PSG.LGD, wait for Shiro to get back in the game, and then almost certainly look for the Roshan.
Hey, this Omni Slash was pretty pathetic. It did like 0 damage. I think what did they have? I think they had the Crimson Guard active perhaps onto them or something there, because it really looked like it did almost 0 damage when he jumped on.
Let's have a look again. Now we see that the way they start things, they're able to group them together, but there's a lot of buffs being pushed out here with the Crimson, the Pipe.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, either way, he did have almost both of them there, but they do get the chain CC, and I guess they didn't get the Lincolns to throw onto him either, because he did get lassoed from Planet. Pulling him right back into Shiro's hands.
Yeah, Low just not doing quite enough, and
not quite enough.
Definitely a little bit of a sigh of relief for Azure that they did actually kill Shiro at the end, because Shiro, he nearly got away. Final tickle with the tentacles of Chalice's shard was enough to get the kill. But yeah, still definitely a scary one there for Azure. I believe as well, because before that fight, Courier did have the full MKB on, right?
Did it die on it?
Yeah, it got taken out.
Oh, that could have actually been the difference maker.
He would have had the MKB otherwise. Before he went in with that Omni Slash, he didn't have it.
Maybe he would have been
getting sniped somewhere.
Yeah. If he's able to even like sit and get a couple extra hits off too, could be the difference. But I think he was broken as well too. That's the other thing about the SD versus this Blade Dance. You need to break the Blade Dance, then there is no Blade Dance lifesteal even if you do stand your ground versus something like this. So lots of layers for PSG.LGD. Level 20 now also hit for Neo, so we saw that, the Omni Slash not doing the most damage there. Now he has 15% more atrophy aura reduction.
Right. And they're smoking up, they know they've got to try and bring the fight here around this portion of the game where Roshan will be back up in a few seconds. They head straight towards the top.
Gathered around Shiro, they're very strong.
do have Ravage now, ready to use from Chalice. But indeed, just still a minute where NKB's just not going to be there for the jump.
And there's the jump.
They get the drag back with the lasso. They get a quick catch onto Tianming. Azure, I don't know if they can still try and take this fight 4v5. They do have the buyback available on Tianming. Low steep over.
Like you said, the MKB's just not on him.
So much. He's going to try and make the jump here. In with the switch action. They only can put
Disruption.
Hit the Ravage. They're trying to kill YU Smart. The Crimson, the fight there. YU Smart still alive. Finally falls. Shiro moves in with the Stone Gate. They hit it with Meanwhile, right off the side of the PSG.LGD. They're able to find it. Rose in trouble. They're dragging there with the vortex. They've got the root on the low below. He's going to live for now. Slash through it all. Gets another switch slash up. He's getting so low. They will kill him. He's out for 100. The buybacks are coming out from PSG.LGD. They want to force this fight in their favor so they can be the ones to take the Roshan. With low out for 90. Tianming as well out for 90. No buybacks on the two of them. PSG.LGD, they should be able to secure this for themselves.
Heavy buybacks needed for them to get this one here. Obviously, oh, and if Low had the MKB, I feel like we could see something completely different there because he was standing his ground, getting the lifesteal kind of going.
He's got it now, but yet it's sort of two painful fights that they've had to endure without it that definitely hurt much more than that they could have if that courier wasn't sniped earlier. That's PSG.LGD. A heavy investment with the 3 buybacks. The big one, of course, being that of Shiro's. He's back in action with the Aegis on him now. So that level of safety, level of protection. Chalice is going to get caught out separate as he's now gone for nearly 2 minutes with his buyback on cooldown.
Oh,
they can look to run it down mid.
Oh yeah, they've got a good window to push here. Shiro almost 25 also. Yeah, he can commit his gold soon having that swift blink. You can see how much attention they're trying to kill. Even these supports, these auras, honestly, new.
And he's saving the team multiple times there.
We've seen Underlord kind of suffer a bit here at this tournament, but this, I mean, the Crimson and everything is definitely looking super valuable versus this damage. 20 seconds. See if the Jug's into it fully without Chalice.
It's gonna be a hard hold.
This could be. They could get Megas here. They have quite a bit of time without Tidehunter.
And they could go for tier 4. They know that Chalice doesn't have buybacks.
Okay, they're actually just committing for mid.
They're looking to end it.
Okay.
Somnus, he's going to have to come back and do something to slow this down. He'll start fueling the mana back up in the fountain. They'll put the fortification. They've got the 4 of them up now.
Counterblip from PSG.LGD. They're keeping the creeps alive.
Can they keep this push from PSG.LGD away from the base? Somnus is going to go over the on the 2 of them. They'll try with the shackle shot, won't connect. Destruction going to be popped up on the Shiro. They've got the catcher. FY's gone. He does not have buyback low. Commits it onto the fight. Shiro in the Manus.
Good damage.
Could be watched. And he did put Stone Gaze before he died. That's true. He won't have ult here on the respawn. Shiro attempting to stand his ground. Here they're trying to back out. At least Nia's out of there. Low trying to heal him with the blade shot. Giving him finish sustain. Not enough. He's out, no buyback. As PSG.LGD they turn towards the ancient. They'll look to close this up. And there's nothing more to be done. GG is called. PSG.LGD take game 2.
Long fought battle here, but Shiro, he ends up being able to hold his ground. This Medusa strong enough. The auras, they